Hi, welcome back to Positive Healing Hypnosis. Here in this video, you're going to hear an audio clip of an interview I had of a client of mine who I had helped her stop smoking. Such a nice lady, and just like almost all my clients, they all benefited from it. They all benefited greatly from hypnosis, but then they want to share their experience, but they're not comfortable enough to go on video. So next closest thing is going to be on audio, right? So just to give you a little bit of background so that you can put things in perspective. Smoking for such a long time, and part of the beliefs that she had was that smoking kept her slim. Smoking was her antidepressant. Smoking was her anti-anxiety drug. Smoking was her calmness. Smoking was her meditation. These were her words. And she'd wake up just thinking about it. When wake up, that's all she'd like, when's my next smoke? The next smoke, the next smoke, the next smoke. And she really could not figure out how to handle this. And she had anxiety too. Okay? So you're gonna love her. You're just gonna love her. She's just gonna be candid with you and share her experience with it. Okay? And all right, here we go. I'm here with a wonderful client of mine, Katerina. I mean, she's awesome, and she came to me because she needed help with smoking, and she had a lot of events going on in her life that were incredibly stressful. And yet she was brave enough. She said, you know what, enough is enough. And I want you to hear from her as I ask her a number of questions. And you might find this, I know you will find this useful. Thank you, Katerina, before we go further, for being willing to have this really short interview. I guarantee you're going to be saving somebody's life with this, right? So, Katerina, can you briefly share what issues were going on in your life before, like the reasons why you wanted to stop smoking?
Thank you, George. There were a multitude of issues going on in my personal life, in my professional life, and I had them pretty under control, and I found my strength in a lot of those areas, except for one, which is learning and trying to stop smoking. And that was the one factor that had been with me longer than any other issue I was trying to overcome in my life. And it was just, at one point, a wake-up call, and enough was enough, and it was time. And I reached out to George, and here I am. I have been a non-smoker since August 31st at 5:01 p.m. after smoking for 45 years, mostly, with the exception of 7 months because my daughter was born premature in 1982.
And how many cigarettes were you smoking on average a day?
So that's a good question, because if you ask my physicians and all of my all of those sheets questionnaires that you get, the amount varies depending on my mood that day. So I would say anywhere from 5 a day to anywhere to a little over a pack a day.
Okay.
Right. I was never 100% honest in those questions.
That's question. I
No,
know.
but I told them what I thought they wanted to hear without them breathing down my neck.
Yeah. It's definitely a defense mechanism.
Yes, definitely.
Now, what was smoking doing for you? What were your triggers?
Everything was a trigger. It was my buddy, right? It was my companion. I live alone. I had loneliness, so it was my constant companion. It was my therapist. It was my snack. It was my aphrodisiac. It was my everything. It was always there for me. Never talked back to me. I never had any issues with it, right? Never. It was
Right.
just there. If if I ran out, or if things were, if I was getting low, we would just get in the car together with my lighter and go and refuel, right?
Yeah.
It was great.
And now, what was your experience working with me using the type of hypnosis I do?
Right. I had a little bit of doubt that it would work because I'm a Taurus, so I'm very stubborn, right? But it did. So my experience with you is, I think I am, after working with you and your style in helping people to quit smoking, I am fearful now to put a cigarette in my mouth because I see you and I hear you, right? So I don't want to ruin what you have begged me not to do.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it was. I beg you to not smoke again. And I have to respect that, right?
Yeah.
Because who else cares but you?
Yes.
About this? It's a privacy issue, right? Between you and I. We have a pact.
Yes.
And I can't break that pact. It's like pinky promise, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah, and I appreciate that. And so, how have you noticed, what changes have you noticed since now that you stopped smoking? Was it as hard as you thought it was going to be?
No. I have learned that those little additives, or, I also tried other avenues to quit smoking, patches and lozenges, and vaping, lozenges, patches. Oh, lozenges, patches. There was something else that they sent me. Some kind of a nasal thing I have tried too. Like whatever was out there, I have tried. They don't help you stop. They just mask the pain, mask the issue. So the best way I found is this smoking cold turkey, which I thought I could never do. So what have I noticed that's different? So I'm not using as much mouthwash as I do. My Banaka is still the same as it was 2 weeks ago, where I would go through them like every week. I would have to throw it away, get another one, right?
Yeah.
The car doesn't smell. My breath doesn't smell. My clothes don't smell. I am breathing fresh air. That's my life now, right? Fresh air, not nicotine air, not toxic
Not
air.
toxic, yeah.
Right.
Would you recommend anyone to work with me for hypnosis for this issue?
Oh gosh, yes. Call me. Call me. Anyone. You're free to give them my number or reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to anyone.
No, just doing this is so wow, so powerful. Folks, if you were here next to me, next to Katerina, you visibly can see the changes in her skin, how flushed she's so much more healthy and vibrant she is. This is, I just got to say this, your body has been waiting a lifetime for you to stop smoking. And I'm very proud of you. And once again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for just speaking for a few minutes.
I hope I can live as long as a non-smoker as I have as a smoker. That's my goal. That's the new touchdown, right?
Yeah.
So 45 years as a smoker. I'm 63 now. I think I can do it.
Yes, you can.
Thanks to you, I think I can do it. That's my goal. That line has to be longer as a non-smoker than it was as a smoker.
Yes, 100%.
And thanks to you, it's doable.
It's definitely.
I owe you a lot, George. I really do. I'm 63 years old, right? I think I've said that already.
Yeah.
And it's time. It was overtime.
Yes, yeah, I totally understand.
So thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of you being proud of me.
You're welcome. Well, folks, this is it. So if you are smoking, consider, or even vaping, all right, or you have anxiety, just consider reaching out to me. All right? Thank you again, Katerina.
My pleasure. Thank you.